We're going to start this morning continuing the search for Jay Slater, a story that we've been following. Of course, it's the 11th day of Jay going missing and the search for him. We were talking to ISA yesterday and Peter Blay about the ongoing investigation. ISA's actually traveled to Tenerife to try and help in some way to look at what's been going on there with the search for Jay, and we can join her now, live from the island. So morning to you, ISA. What can you tell us since you've got there?
Good morning. Well, I'm here in this area. It is beautiful but treacherous, and this is where Jay Slater went missing on June the 17th. You can see down the side here, the building on the far left. This is the Airbnb where he stayed that night. The bus stop's right next to it, but we know that he left there. He walked along this road. He walked uphill. Now, this road is winding. It has hairpin bends. It's quite terrifying driving on it. And you can see how tempting it might be if you're walking along this road, try and do a shortcut there. And I discovered this earlier when I went and retraced his steps. So it was at this time, after 7:30 on the 17th of June, that Jay Slater was standing on these steps, and he took a photo for his Snapchat, and you can see the pattern of the steps here. He then goes to the bus stop. It's just here. So he's then standing at this bus stop. Then he meets the owner who I've just spoken to, the owner of the restaurant and the Airbnb, and he asks her, when's the next bus? She indicates this, which means 10 o'clock, so he had a 2-hour wait. And instead of going down this way, which would have been the way back to Los Cristianos, although a very long walk, he walks up the hill. She explained to me he was walking at a good pace, and she then passed him in the car about 15 minutes later, further up this hill. So I'm just retracing Jay's steps that he took that morning. So the owner of the Airbnb said she passed him about 15 minutes after she saw him at the bus stop. So I'm going to follow that for about 50 minutes and see how far I get. So you can see the road is just there, and if you're a young lad wanting a shortcut, you're hungover, you want to get back to your friends, it is conceivable that you could come off the road and try and cut up. Now, this looks a bit crazy. However, there is sneaky little paths all along the mountainside, such as this. Now, I've just tried clambering up. It's not easy, it's slidey. It's easier to go up than it is to go down. But this is really, really dense bush, cacti. He could easily end up falling and being hidden somewhere very close by. Well, when I was out on the road, I actually came across an experienced climber and vlogger, Paul Arnott, who has been out here for 5 days off his own back, searching for Jay, and he's not too hopeful, given the terrain, the likelihood of finding him alive.
It's not a nice thing to think of, but if he was in this environment and it wasn't something else that happened, then yeah, the likelihood of him still being alive in this area, slim. If he had no survival experience, slim.
Now, Jay's family are all out in Tenerife, and I have been speaking with his mother, Debbie, and his father, Warren, and they are obviously extremely distressed. What's made this worse, as we've discussed on the show the last couple of days, is all the speculation online. However, they do believe there is a possibility he could have been picked up. They don't want to believe that he's possibly just got lost on this hill. They have actually released a statement because they did come under scrutiny about this GoFundMe, which I believe is very unfair, but they've raised about £35,000, and they felt the need to go onto the GoFundMe page to explain that. So Debbie said that the money is going to be used to help cover accommodation, food expenses while the family are out in Tenerife. They may also fly some other people out for support. They said it's difficult to wrap our heads around what's happening right now. We're not losing hope that we will find Jay and return home together. I'm hoping that I might be able to talk to the family later on and find out from the police what's going on. We have seen a helicopter up here twice already this morning, but as you can see, it's actually very cold here. The temperature can get very hot during the day, very cold at night, and I hate to say it, but coming up here, I wouldn't hold out much hope if he has gone off the road, sadly.
Thank you. Really treacherous. Amazing is it when you get that physical representation of just how steep those roads are. Particularly interestingly, Isa as you stepped off the road and went on those paths, how steep those the joining bits between the roads are.
I actually attempted to climb a bit, and I don't know if you can see this, but, like literally directly down from where I am, there's a bay, which is the most obvious place if he was going to try and cut off MHM, and I'm pretty good. I'm Scottish, I climb hills and I boulder, but I'm not wearing quite the right footwear, but it is treacherous, and as soon as you go off, but once you start going up, it's almost better to keep going, it's more dangerous to come down. Because you just slide, yeah, but even if he did come up here, I'm actually standing at a viewpoint. There's a cafe that's open now behind here. There are so many cars, I mean it's very remote, but there's been so many cars have come past, it kind of doesn't make sense that people didn't see him, so I think he has unfortunately come off the road. And it's very difficult to find someone amongst us. It's so dense, drones you wouldn't be able to see, helicopters you won't be able to, literally by going on foot's the only way.
Okay, well, I know you're going to stay out there and hopefully speak to the family and keep us updated on that story, so thanks for watching this video.